So hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. And on today's video I want to share with you this design tool that I found online, and it's called Gravit Designer. So I was actually just trying to find an alternative for Adobe Illustrator for my students, and well, I take a look in a couple of options, and then I just realized and found that this Gravit Designer is, in my opinion, the best one so far. So this is a design tool that can be very useful anytime we need to build simple illustrations, vector elements, stuff like that. And let's take a look on it. So you can make your account for free. This is also going to offer a pro option with a couple of extra features, but even in the free version you already can do a lot of stuff. Well, you just need to send your email, create your account, send your email, and you're going to receive an activation message. Once you've done your email, you're gonna have the option to be working online, or maybe you can to work online, and for sure not maybe, but you can also download it and have it in your machine. It even offers the option to keep and save your files in their cloud, so that can be very useful. And let's take a look how it works. So sorry. And the first thing you're gonna see when you want to create a new file and a new document is this. Let's say this is this platform here. You have the option to create a print element with a couple of presets: web desktop, items, website small, website normal, and etc. You can change it anytime, even after you create your canvas. I have social media, but I didn't take my time to look on it yet. But here, as you can see, it's pretty cool. You can make your Facebook cover, so it gives you the right format and size. At least I guess this is the right sizing for Facebook and stuff. And just by the way, remember, in this channel we are not focusing on design elements. This is more like for coding, HTML, CSS. But let's take a look on what we can do with this program. So I'm going to start clicking in the web desktop and website small, just a random option. And as you can see, the interface is very user friendly. So here you're going to see a couple of tools that you can use. I'm gonna talk about this very soon. So here you have a couple of tools that you can use. Here in the left, you're going to see the resume of the pages, because you can be working in multiple canvas, multiple pages at the same time. The only thing that is a bit hidden, or I know, is the pages you're going to create, new pages, they will be here in this corner, top right corner here. So and also the layers. I'm going to talk about layers in a minute. So you're going to have the layers here on the left. And by the way, I'm sorry about the size of the let's say the interface, because I didn't take a look yet, but apparently I cannot zoom the template, the layout, the interface directly. I can only zoom the canvas, but not the interface. But let's go. So here you're gonna have the layers on the left. This will be super important and useful. And on the right is probably where we are going to be working the most, which is how can I say, this is where you can change the size of the elements, colors, and other characteristics. So let's start building a very simple shapes. So here, if you need a square, a circle, or any other kind of shape, you're gonna go on shape and the shape tool, and you're going to select from the options. You can have a line, then if you select the line, It has even it gives also the access to a simple documentation, so you can learn more. If you click here, this is going to bring you to a documentation explaining. So this is very well done. I'm going to click here just to show you. So they have a very well explained documentation for this item, for every item actually. So you're gonna make a line like this, and you can put the size you want, the angle you need. If you hold the shift button, this is gonna help you to make a straight line, and there's no problem if you move your hand in a bit of angle. And if you move this down, this is going to automatically give you a 45 degrees angle and 90. So 45, 0 degrees. So that can be very useful. You just need to hold the shift button in case you need to do this kind of stuff. Then when you release the mouse button, you're gonna see that the line is actually considered as a border, as a stroke here, which you can change the color very easily, and of course the width. So this value here, sorry, you have to select your element again to make changes. So in this element here, it's going to have the color, then the width, border width, which is the thickness of the border, and you have of course other kinds of manipulations you can do. You have also the advanced border settings that can be very useful. I'm gonna show this in another video. So if you click on the page, by the way, I forgot to show you this, but if you click on the canvas, this is going to give you the options available for this canvas. You can change the size of it anytime you need. I'm changing the width here just using the mouse, clicking in this value and moving the mouse up or moving down. This is going to change the width of the page, and then you can also change the height of the page if necessary anytime you need to make adjustments. So you have the page size here. You also can get all those preset options very quickly, or you can include bleed, you can include margins and other stuff, and also you change the unit. It's very important to pay attention when you are working, if you are working with the right unit. In my case, I'm using pixels, but maybe you're going to be working in specific, let's say, requirements that you have to use your element in calculated in inches, for example, which is not our case. As you can see, automatically I got this window here. Please save this file to the Gravit Designer cloud to enable autosave. Well, I can save it to the cloud, for example. Then here is the title I'm gonna give to this file, and then I have my cloud related to my account. So let's save it, and let's make another shape right now. Oh, as you can see, by the way, you have now the name of the file right here. So if I have, for example, just to show you, if I want to create a new design, let's say website small, as you can see now I have the test, which is the first page I was working on, and then I have the untitled, which is the second one. So this is the first, this is the second. So let's go back to the first project. Then I'm going to make a rectangle. So let's go back here to the shapes option, and then I'm going to find, here actually, a rectangle. So a rectangle, you're basically gonna go to your canvas, you're gonna see this symbol right there. You can click and drag and make the rectangle as you need. So if you need to make a banner, for example, you're gonna go the entire width of your page, let's say, then that's it. You can click in the rectangle, then you can have all these options for changes. So I can change the color of the rectangle. You're gonna notice that you have this color picker here, it's very small, and then you have the bigger circle for color change. So let's say I want to change my rectangle for green. you have a couple of different ways to change the color of the element. You can use this hue stripe here, and then you click in the color you want, and that's really cool because you can see the changing of color happening in real time. It can give you the possibility to change for the other colors, but you can also apply the exact hexadecimal code you need for your color, or RGB, even RGBA if necessary. You're also gonna have these kind of preset colors here in the bottom just for quick changes. So green, blue, the violet, and other colors there. I'm gonna let it orange. So as you can see, this is very cool. Oh, by the way, the color picker. If you need, for example, let's say I want this line here to be the exact same level, orange level from my choice. Well, very fast way, very quick way to do this is just select the color picker, and then you're gonna go in an object that has the color you want, you click, and that's it. Now the line has the same color of my background here. Let me just select another color, like the green. So when you select the rectangle, you're gonna see that you can change the position of the element. Okay, I'm gonna put back to 0. You can change the size of your element using the mouse. Also, you can type. So let's say you got a requirement to make a 400 pixels width, enter, and then the height will be also let's say 200 pixels, enter. That's it. So you have your rectangle that you can move anytime, by the way. So just need to make sure you have the pointer tool so you can make these kind of changes. After, you're going to see what the subselect is going to do. So if you want to change the size of your rectangle using these anchors here, you need to be very careful, because if you do this, if you try to do this without, oh, this is working equally already. Okay, so this is okay, this is already, and by default doing the change, keeping the ratio of the element. I thought it was not doing like this, but eventually if you change the width or the height, if you need, you can change it independently as well. Just need to select these points there. You're also going to see this option to rotate your element. Okay, so you can rotate it if necessary. So the rotation, if you don't want the rotation anymore, you can change it to the angle here, back to 0. Then let's make a circle. This is the ellipse. Well, to make the circle, I suggest you to hold the Shift button in your keyboard. Then, well, you hold the Shift button, then you click your mouse, and you make the circle the size you need. Doing this way, you're going to make sure that the circle is perfect in terms of, well, it's not oval like this. So if you want to have a circle again, you're not sure, oh, is it a circle? This is not, you're not sure if this is the right sizes, the right way. Well, you can just click in it, and then you just need to change the size here. So let's say I want a 200 by 200. This is going to make a perfect circle. 200 by 200. If you want to increase the size and keep the ratio, so keep a circle, you can click this button here in between the two inputs. So by clicking here, when I change the width, the height will automatically change as well, and proportionally. So let's make it 400 pixels, and that's it, or 300 pixels. This is my circle right here. Well, same way, you can change the color from the circle any way you want. So you can go to this color selector, and that's it. Another element you can have are polygons, triangles, and stars. But I'm going to keep this simple for this moment. Another thing that will be super useful, it's about the borders. So if I want to apply a border to my circle, for example, you're going to see that the border is an element, is an optional element in here, just like effects. You can apply some blur, some color adjust, drop shadows. These effects probably will be in another video. I just want to keep this video very simple for now. So to apply a border to your element, you just need to select it, and then you go here to this plus button, this plus symbol, to add border. So just do it. It's almost impossible to see it because it's just a 1 pixel border. So what you need to do is increase the size of the width of your border, and then you can do it by using your mouse or just clicking this value here, and then you change it for the amount you want. Click enter. Now we have a 5 pixels width border. If I want more, I just need to increase here. As you can see, the border initially or by default is going to be inside. Okay, so this is something we can change, and we are going to change very soon. So if you need to apply border to your element, this is the way to do. You can also change the color of the border. So let me try maybe blue, dark blue color. Looks good. And to change the position of your border is quite and very simple. You're going to see here the name borders, and at the end of this square or rectangle here, you're going to have the advanced border settings. You just need to click it, and this is going to open this panel that gives you a couple of options. So the way you can change the position of your border is right there, the position. So initially this is inside, you're going to have the center option, and you're also going to have the outside option. So you keep the 300 by 300 pixels in your circle, and the borders are going to start from this point, so outside of your circle. And again, center, inside. I'm gonna let it outside. You can do the same for the rectangle, and actually for the rectangle you can have other combinations and other options. For example, clicking into your rectangle and applying a border. So I click on the plus sign. I'm going to increase the width of my border, and I'm going to change this for red or brownish, well, it's kind of dark red color. Now selecting your rectangle again, go to the border, advanced settings, and you can change it for center or outside. You're also going to have the options to change the joints of the border. So if you want them to be round, your rectangle is still having this, let's say, this angle, this 90 degrees angle here. It's just the border that now contains this angle there. So let's go back there. Then you can change it for bevel, meter, which is the regular one, and the round one. I'm not going to cover this in detail, but as you know, the documentation of Gravit Designer is very good, and for sure they explain each one of those values. Let's just finish with a square. To make a square, you're going to actually select a rectangle. And the moment you're going to create your square, you have to hold the shift button, and then you move your mouse and you release it. This is the way you can make your square. And of course, you can also make a rectangle and change the values for equal values of width and height. But the most practical way to do it is just holding the shift button and creating your rectangle as a square. I'm going to change the color for blue, this blue here, and again I'm going to apply a border just to show you the process one more time. click plus, so the border is applied. It's just a black border, 1 pixel width. You can increase the width of your border. You can change the color for the color you want. I'm gonna use maybe yellow this time. Then the next step is to change, if you want, to go to borders, advanced settings, and you can change the position of your border for center or outside, which is probably the most used one. And you can, if you want, change the joints for a circle or round, sorry, or a bevel if necessary. We're gonna have other options here, but they're actually not available. So probably this is only available depending on your on the shape you're working with. But I'm not planning to cover this topic for today. Well, I hope this very short, very simple tutorial was useful. I highly recommend Gravit Designer. I'm not being sponsored by them, but as I told you, I was trying to find an alternative for Adobe Illustrator, and then this is the one that I found the better for now. So the moment you need to save your file, you go here, File, Export, and in the free version you can save it as a PNG, JPEG, you can save as an SVG, that's very useful, or as a PDF. I recommend you to also you also save it in the native format. So I'm going to record more videos about this design tool. I'll be talking about applying color, gradients, texture, also talking about the corners and other elements as well, compound shapes. So just look the playlist I'm doing for Gravit Designer and the videos will be there. Thank you so much, and I see you next time.